Cinnamon knew that 3 people were inside the home because she had just been there, and after she lit the fire, she went back to her car, watched it burn before texting her ex, "Your house is on fire."
Oh yeah, she
As
crazy.
smoke filled the air, and as emergency services rushed to the scene, Cinnamon pulled off with another woman in the car. Livingston then said that Cinnamon went to a McDonald's and bought that white powder and got high. Meanwhile, the couch fire turned into a huge house fire, engulfing the entire home. Q's uncle was able to run out, but his partner and girlfriend...
Yeah! Whoa!
Todd-Town family, what's the biz? Y'all already know what it is. Sending them positive vibes to my Todd-Town family. Y'all know how I rock. If you haven't already, please hit that like, share, subscribe, and notification button so you can stay up to date with the latest, the greatest content you don't want to miss. Tune in. Anywho, without further ado, welcome to Todd-Town.
Detroit police working very quickly on this one, getting a female suspect into custody within 24 hours of allegedly throwing a firebomb at her ex-boyfriend's house.
An innocent life was lost over something childish. By the time I came outside, it was blazing. All the way, had already made it to the top already.
Oh, she set him on fire?
On a late Monday night in June in Detroit, Michigan, a block filled with longtime residents were all abruptly woken when a house suddenly went up in flames. As smoke filled the air and as emergency services rushed to the scene, a woman was allegedly sitting in a car outside the home as it was ablaze. Nonetheless, that woman was not worried about the fire, but in fact, she is the one who allegedly set it. Hoping to make her ex mad, he sat in the car, texted him, and told him that she set his home on fire. However, what was allegedly supposed to be just property damage turned into a cold-blooded unaliving. On June 7, 2024, 31-year-old Cinnamon Charmaine Rigmaiden sat on video with a blank face at her preliminary hearing. As the prosecutor told the court what Cinnamon was accused of, she appeared to show no emotion, hearing how things played out after the fire took over. The defense argued she only wanted to cause property damage, but the way Cinnamon went about things tells a whole different story. According to the assistant prosecuting attorney, Tina Livingston, Cinnamon says she wanted the ex to feel her pain on that night of June 3, 2024. Now, it is unclear what pain she wanted him to feel, but what is known is that there were multiple people in the house that she was said to set fire to, and her ex was not one of them.
That's crazy.
The home, which is located on the 6000 block of Seminole Street, is a home that appears to have been in the Doro family quite some time. The ex, who I will refer to as Q, lived in the home with his mother, 53-year-old Tina Doro. Tina, a Michigan native, was born and raised in Detroit and graduated in 1988 from Charles F. Keeterton High School that was closed in 2012. 2 years after graduation, she became a mother to her one and only child, Q. According to Tina's Facebook, she studied nursing at Wayne State University and worked as an LPN. However, at some point she became disabled and she was partially paralyzed and had mobility issues. Tina's loved ones described her as a kind person who was always supportive and gave love effortlessly. She was said to be just the sweetest person ever. So why did her life end in such a tragic way? During the preliminary hearing on June 7th, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Tina Livingston laid everything out that took place that night that Tina Doro lost her life. Prosecutor Livingston stated that on the night of June 3rd, 30 minutes before the fire was set, Cinnamon went over to Q's family's house and spoke with Q's uncle. Apparently, the pair had recently broke things off, but Cinnamon was hashing out a plan to upset Q. Prosecutor Livingston said that for several hours before Cinnamon went to Q's home, Cinnamon debated what she might do. Ultimately, she ended up buying 75 cents worth of gasoline and went back to Q's house. Cinnamon allegedly walked up to the porch of the home, pouring that 75 cents worth of gasoline on the couch that was on the porch, and then lit it on fire. When Cinnamon did this, she allegedly wanted Q to feel her pain. At the time the fire was lit, Q's mother, Q's uncle, who Cinnamon just spoke with 30 minutes prior, and his girlfriend were all in the home, Livingston said. Cinnamon knew that 3 people were inside the home because she had just been there, and after she lit the fire, she went back to her car, watched it burn before texting her ex,
Goofy.
"Your house is on fire."
Oh yeah, she
As
crazy.
smoke filled the air, and as emergency services rushed to the scene, Cinnamon pulled off with another woman in the car. Livingston then said that Cinnamon went to a McDonald's and bought that white powder and got high. Meanwhile, the couch fire turned into a huge house fire, engulfing the entire home. Q's uncle was able to run out, but his partner and girlfriend jumped out from the second-floor window of the home, and she fractured her ankle in the process. As for Q's mother, she made it to the landing of the second floor. However, since she was partially paralyzed on one side of her body, she was not able to escape. Tragically, her body was found by firefighters after the fire was extinguished. The following day, Livonia police arrested Cinnamon at a motel she was hiding out in with the other female. She was charged with 1 count of felony unaliving, 2 counts of bodily harm with the intent to take a life, and 3 counts of first-degree arson, and 1 more count of third-degree arson.
This is the aftermath of that tragic house fire that killed 1 person and left 2 others injured.
Just tragic. I hate to, see it.
The fire happened at around 11 p.m. on Monday at a house on Seminole near I-94 in Van Dyke. According to Detroit police, a woman died as a result of the fire, and medics transported 2 other people who were inside the house to the hospital.
We don't usually have situations like this here.
Drew Caldwell lives down the street from the house that caught on fire. He's lived in the neighborhood for 50 years and even knew the woman who...
Quiet lady, just sat around and, sat on the porch.
Cinnamon was arraigned Friday, June 7th, and remanded to the jail. She had pled not guilty according to the prosecutor's office, but the judge set no bail, even though she allegedly had no prior criminal record.
It don't matter.
For her to plead not guilty, though, is insulting, knowing she set the fire to the couch on the porch. The same couch that Tina was said to enjoy sitting on while she was outdoors. Knowing that his mother lived in that home and was paralyzed is pure evil.
Sources tell Fox 2 the firebomb was intended for the victim's son, and that there was evidence that the female suspect, an ex-girlfriend, bought an accelerant from a nearby gas station shortly before the house was torched.
75 cents.
Especially this young generation, they're different.
Change your life.
Find God, get close to God.
Within 24 hours, Detroit police moved in on the ex-girlfriend hiding out at a motel in Livonia. Another woman with her was in cuffs too. Neighbor Brandy can't get over it all. 40 years on this block.
Oh, I've been around here forever, so everybody know one another. So it's like a family. We a family oriented block. So it was really sad.
Cinnamon for sure crashed out with her actions, and not only ruined Q's family's lives, but hers as well. Because she's a mother to a young girl. The prosecuting attorney made a poignant statement saying, "Since when is the solution in a breakup of a relationship setting fire to an occupied house? The alleged actions of the defendant in this case are beyond reprehensible. As a result, there are 3 innocent victims, a woman who lost her life and 2 other people that were seriously injured. This should have never happened, and Tina deserves to be here. My condolences goes out to the family and friends of this beloved woman, and I pray that justice be served on her behalf. So please don't forget to comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in their difficult time, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly."
First off, man, my condolences, RP to that young lady, man. That was an unfortunate situation. Man, that's some goofy. Y'all already know, man. Y'all know how it go. I mean, you say you trying to get back at old ex-dude for the simple fact that they got claim and witness that she had just left the crib, just left the pad right before she did that. That's what changes the whole, because at first I'm thinking like she assuming that he not home. So, of course, she want to piss him off. So, you know, you go set this whatever on fire and, you know, you text him like, yeah, I let him know. But the fact that it was actually people in the house and you knew about it, you know, that just changes the whole trajectory of the situation right there. That's unfortunate. And to not even have touched the main person that was, you know, was supposed to be involved, but his mother, man, I know that hurts. I know that hurt. I can only imagine, man. And shit, man, she need to go ahead and do that life sentence. You know, she don't need no bail. Just like they said, no bail. I don't see what would be the need for that. I don't care if she didn't have priors. Again, you know, once you go and, you know, you make certain actions and you claim certain actions, you know, especially under the intent, man, sometimes you don't deserve a second chance. I think that was malicious. That was, oh man, that's an unfortunate situation. That's all I can say. The fact that the mother had to pay the price for something that she had nothing to do with. And it's always the ones that, you know, I was just talking to somebody about that the other day. It's always seems like the innocent people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing that had, you know, be the ones that go, that suffer. Why is that? You know, I know everything happened for a reason. I live by that. But, you know, some things it makes you question. It makes you question, like, why? You know, I can understand this situation and people questioning that. And they say you never question the universe and, you know, whoever you want to send your highest prayers to. But, man, sometimes you got to. Sometimes it makes you just wonder why. Again, my condolences, RP, to the young lady. And, man, y'all already know how I go, man. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah. Whoa.